Hi everyone, Leticia here. Hope your day is going amazing. I am here joined by my friend and client Luciana Stan. Luciana is a holistic therapist with lots of years of experience, a 25-year career in the field. She lives in the Toronto area and she's been helping people for many years. I apologize, by the way, that we're a few minutes late. We had some technical issues and let's hope everything lasts. I'm here in Playa del Carmen and it started raining pretty strong. So let's hope the force is with us. So my friends, this is not my usual real estate related seminar or webinar. This is an issue that is close to my heart and I'm sure many of you as well. Over the past year and a half, we all know many people have been coerced into a certain medical procedure and as a result, there have been health consequences. So I'm here to just, first of all, Luciana, thank you for joining us today to share some of your experience and knowledge. Tell us, Luciana, what
Thank
have
you
you
for
been?
having me.
And I want to say hi to those of you who may be watching this live and also those of you who will be watching this video after the fact, okay? Luciana, tell us a little bit about what you've been observing, in the field as you are helping your clients.
Absolutely. So first again, thank you for having me and for being live, and hello to everyone that is listening to us live or will listen later on. So what I would like to mention is that, yes, I've been in practice for 25 years in alternative therapies. I'm an osteopath and craniopsychotherapist, and I also do energy healing, and also I work with the emotional trauma release. And I can tell you that in the last 2 years, I have seen symptoms, typical symptoms that I haven't seen in the past. With many of my clients that actually came to me as a last resort after they were checking their health with doctors and specialists, and they haven't received the proper health. And for a lot of people, we observed that blood clots was one of the predominant effect. With others, lymphatic system drainage, so the limbs were blocked. A lot, they develop cysts in different area of the body. Usually the female, like as they had ovary cysts, much more often and quick, I should say it. They discover that things that they didn't have like it's 2 years ago. So it showed up, as we can call it, out of the blue. Others cyst on their kidneys, as well as some issues with their skin that they have been told that it's just a long-term COVID virus effect. As I'm always looking to help people the best that I can, I did some research myself. And the reason that I did the research is because also me not being discriminating in any ways, I wanted to help everyone. And as a result of that, I had certain symptoms myself, which I'm sure that some of you have heard about, the shedding, which at the beginning I was thinking that, it cannot be, like it's just people are talking about it. But when I was experiencing firsthand, working with my clients hands-on, I started to look into what it can help me and what it can help them. So, we are not making a claim here, but I think that I discover something that it actually creates miracles in the body, starting from the cells. And what do I mean? We know that every part of our body, every organ and bones are actually cells. Yeah, and inside the cells, like, we have a fluid that it's actually called redox signaling molecule. And yes, we lose the fluid as we get older, but in certain situations, when blockages are created, the cells are blocked and depleted basically without having the fluid inside. And because of that, they cannot communicate with each other. If they cannot communicate with each other, they cannot detect if it's any problem. So they cannot detect it if it's a virus. They cannot detect like if it's something is not working. So as a result of that, different symptoms are created. The one that I mentioned before, yeah, blood clots, the lymphatic system blocked, skin issues, also irritable bowel syndrome, so IBS, a lot of people developed. And this product, that it's the only one in the world that actually was able to stabilize the redox signaling molecules outside of the body, which is the company is called ASEA, these blue bottles. I particularly consider that makes a huge difference in people's life. Clients of mine that had no other hope recovered with it. And any person that feels that it is depleted in one way or another in what I was mentioning about, I think that will completely benefit from having this product. What I'm thinking, Letizia, it's before I will continue to explain further, that we have Dr. Martin, which actually it's a neurologist that maybe you can put. I know that it is just a 5 minutes video, so it's a short video in which very quickly he describes what actually redox are, so the people
Okay.
will understand a little
Sure,
bit.
Luciana. The one you sent me, I think, is actually only 30 seconds long. So
Is it
I
okay?
think so. Let's share
Yeah,
that
let's
one.
see.
I
Mhm.
know you have more resources available if anybody's
Mhm.
curious.
Oh, absolutely.
What I can say is that before you even told me about this, I remember reading articles about how you can detox your body of a certain component of these. You know what I'm talking about. And at the top of the list was this product, ASEA. I had no idea what it was, but it was listed at the top of the list. There were many other, a number of other things, such as a number of herbs. And I can share this article. Everybody can take it at face value. You can do your own research. I was just very intrigued because I know that you're seeing this with your own eyes, and you've also sent me some testimonials of people that had been injured and made a spectacular recovery aided by this product. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that video that you sent me, Luciana, with our audience. And thanks everyone for joining today. I know many of my audience, they're people. Let me see how I could share this. Oh, look, it's actually giving the option. Okay, good. All right. Uh, Hopefully you guys can see this. Luciana, can you see this?
No.
You can't. Well, you can see it, but I think they
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can see it, so you
Today
can
I'm
see
here to
it. Yeah.
talk about redox
Okay.
signaling molecules. So many of you maybe have never heard those words in
Can
a
you
row
hear?
before.
Yep.
Actually know what that is. And so let me share. The inside of every one of our cells in our body, now remember, we have over 100 trillion cells, and the inside of every one of those cells is filled with fluid. Well, that fluid is called redox signaling molecules. Well, it's a very important fluid because it provides information to share
Oh, it
with
is 5 minutes
neighboring
long.
cells about what's going on in their world, in their environment. If there's something attacking that cell and interfering with the function of that cell, it needs to share that information with the cells adjacent. And so we have these things called hydrophilic channels that open up like an aperture of a camera. And as that opens up, it literally sends light energy from one cell to the next to share information about what's been going on. Neighboring cells to adapt so that they don't get damaged by whatever that invader is. So think of being in a hotel room and you have several family members that are in the adjoining rooms that have an adjoining door on the inside. And if somebody was trying to break into my door on the outside, I'm going to open up these inside doors and tell everybody to be ready because there's something bad happening outside. That's much how the lining of our gut is designed and built. And we need these redox signaling molecules to be able to send that information about what's going on in that gut and how we can defend against all the bacteria that's maybe overcoming and trying to invade and damage part of that gut lining. So why is this subject even important? Well, it's really interesting that every decade of your life, you lose 10% of the fluid in those cells. So if you think of a young cell, a healthy young cell, it's much like a round ball that's tight. Now, every decade of life, you lose 10% of the air. It doesn't look so round anymore. It gets more flat or more like a disc. So for those of us that are over 50 years old, we're functioning on half the fluid in our cells that we used to have when we were thriving and healthy. So this is an amazing supplement that you can take that can actually restore that redox signaling molecules in each and every one of your cells. Now the process to do that takes 8 weeks of taking this product in order to fully get your cells full again. Now that's super important because our immunity depends on that, the function of our digestive system depends on that, the balancing of our hormones depends on that. But one of the most important things I like is the effect it has on the nervous system, allowing your nervous system to thrive and function. So many of you know I specialize in brain health, severe brain spinal.
Not sure what happened to the volume.
So many of those patients.
Can you still hear, Luciana?
Yes, it's just that it is much lower, and like the volume is lower. Can you hear me well?
Brain can do.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is one of the only products, supplement-wise, that we can take that will literally help grow a myelin sheath.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to just close my WhatsApp tab because, sorry, my friends.
So this is something that they found was impossible to do. Once your brain tissue's been damaged, you can't grow that back. So we do neurofeedback training to aggressively grow the tissue back and to reprogram the way the nervous system is functioning. But we also use those redox signaling molecules to make sure that the strength of the cells and that the communication between the cells works so much better. And we need to grow that protective layer around the brain. And this is one of the only products that I know can literally do that. So why is it important that we take this supplement? Don't our bodies make this for ourselves? Well, you know, they actually do. Many of you know about something called glycolysis, where we take sugar and insulin, and in the mitochondria of our cell, it's like the powerhouse of the cell. Those two things come together and gives us energy. It's called ATP, and this energy is vital to keep our bodies alive and to keep the charge going on our nerves, to make the nerves function and fire. Now, we literally produce our body's weight every day in that ATP, so it's super important. We produce it and burn it up for fuel every single day. That's the extent of what they teach on glycolysis. But what they're not saying is that engine that makes that energy, that the sugar and the insulin turns into ATP, it has an exhaust pipe. And out of that exhaust pipe is what comes redox signaling molecules. For decades, we thought it was a waste product. And then we learned that this is vital to the function of each and every one of our cells to be able to make that communication network happen, so we can communicate from cell to cell to cell and know how to defend ourselves and how to keep ourselves healthy and alive. So for those of you that are new to this product, don't worry, it takes about 8 weeks before you're going to get the full effect of it. And then if you ever stop taking it, it takes 8 weeks for you to return to the state that you're at now. So this is definitely one of those products that years ago made it into my inner circle of things that I do for myself and that my family does for themselves, and for each and every patient that we're trying to restore proper nervous system and proper brain function. This is a critical nutrient that we want to make sure that you're taking in order to help us get the best results possible. So I hope that helps, and until next time, have a great day.
Okay, anything else here?
No, that's
okay,
good.
I can change that.
Yeah, it's all there is, and it's great. Like it's, you know, like it's
Give me 1 second, Luciana, sorry. I'm gonna go back to our screen here. Yeah, well, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. It sounds very interesting. So it sounds to me like our cells have a liquid inside that becomes depleted in time with the natural aging process, and even more so when there are how should I call it, when there's interference, whether
That's right. Well, there are different factors that like it's that interfere with the natural course of life, which can be, that it's outside factors that we know that exist. And of course, it is toxicity in the air. It is
in general.
toxicity in the food that we are eating. It is toxicity in the water that we are drinking. And on all other things that one way or another it was introduced to our body. Of course, like it's even medication that some people take can create other side effects, which it's well known, because if we search actually for medication, they list a lot of other side effects.
Of course.
So what I find brilliant about the redox, and as I said, ASEA is just the name of the company, but it's the product that they are making. It is so unique within it that it's helping the cell to recover that and start to produce, by giving redox molecules, to produce more of the redox molecules. And the smart part about it is that, imagine that those molecules are so tiny that they go beyond the blood-brain barrier. So they are absorbed in 1,000 million of a second. So it's so quick, it's absorbed in the body. And this way they create like a cascade effect that message the other cell about what is going on. And in the meantime, it's also helping to produce this redox molecule faster, so it can spit out whatever that is, the toxicity that we have from whatever source.
Got it.
As I mentioned, like I have seen results with my clients that they were totally desperate, that they were some just afraid that they will die. So because of that, not only that I take it myself, but I recommend it to everyone. And of course, we can provide, like if it is on a, more on a one-on-one dialogue, let's say, even more details and testimonials and information on what they would like to find out.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, Luciana, because what I thought was very interesting is that, the ingredients, and tell us a bit about, how this is made. Do you have an understanding as to how this is made? Because it's on surface, it's salt and water, but it's
Right.
it's a special kind of process that it goes through.
That's right.
To create this redox molecules. Do you
That's
know
right.
anything about the process, or what can you comment? But it's completely non-toxic to the human body. It's
That's
something.
right. It's actually native to the body. So it's
Okay.
exactly the consistency of our tears, exactly the consistency of our sweat. And inside the cell, what is redox molecules, it's actually made out of salt and water. Of course, inside the cell, they are not anymore separated as salt and water. So they become redox through the process, so that at the company they have a 3 days in which they take the actual pure water and pure salt, and through the process that they are going through, they are able to make those molecules that they are not anymore salt and water. They are exactly the consistency of what it is inside of our cells. So if we know, for example, if you go to the hospital, the first thing that they may give you, if they think that you are depleted, they give you an IV. Yeah, what it is in the IV, it's salt and water.
Yeah.
The only thing is that it's in the IV that they give. From what I learned myself from other naturopath doctors, is the IV consists on 0.09 salt, so saline, and the actual consistency of the salt that it is inside of our cells, it's 0.04. And they were able to make that exactly match into this, like it's redox molecules. So that is the beauty, on what it fascinated me about this innovation, that they were able to match it exactly. So that's why being native to the body, it doesn't interfere with any medication that the person may take, with either vitamins or supplements. And I would like to be very clear, and it's not that it's something wrong with vitamins and supplements, because we need them. We need them all. But if the cells are not able anymore to absorb vitamins or food or even medications that the person is taking, it's just going outside of the cell. Like if you just imagine that, this is the shirt of the cell and it's nothing penetrates through, it's almost like we are taking it and, we are eliminating it right away. But through the absorption that the redox molecules can do, enhances the capability of the cell to be able to absorb the vitamins, to be able to absorb, like it's whatever vitamins that we take, either through the food that we eat or through the actual vitamins that we are taking. And as I mentioned, even including the medication, if a person takes a medication, but if the cell is not absorbing it, it's like flashing it out.
I understand.
So like a door, it's closed and it's coming. Unless we open the door, it cannot come inside.
I got it. Interesting. And I also want to say that the same company also makes a topical skin solution. I forget what it's called, but that's the one I actually ordered because, as some of you know, I had an injury recently and I have a scar on my forehead. And so I'm looking forward to applying this. I know you've shared some incredible before and after images, people with all kinds of skin conditions. So yeah, I am planning on getting the water as well, but for me, getting the skin solution was the first priority. I think, Luciana, I having watched some of the testimonials you showed me, having seen again articles talking about this, I think it's something worth considering, not just for people who might have been damaged, whose health may have been impaired by some of the recent coerced procedures. Then we have to talk in code word because it's on Facebook and YouTube, and we all know how free those platforms really are. So yeah, but it seems like this would be something good for anybody's health in general. Like this would be for people who are looking to boost their health in any way. This sounds like it would be
like it's
maintaining good health.
Even for athletes. So for example, for athletes, like it's because it's enhancing also the endurance and energy and good sleep. And for athletes, because it's also something that it's not foreign to the body. So to the contrary, the native to the body, they can use it, and it's even approved by all the the doping agency, because it's so natural that
it's not going to show up on a drug test or anything like that.
Right. Like
anything like that.
Totally absorbed and by the body, totally natural, totally native to the body, and it can pass any test. Like actually, the doping agency approved it. And we have athletes both in US, Canada, and it's in some other parts of the world that are actually, they give their testimonials on the results that they have since they are on the redox molecules. And because you are talking about the topical gel, it's also made out of redox molecules. Completely natural. The only thing that they added to it is the clay, and that's why it's very important, as I was mentioning, that it's every time when the gel is applied, it needs to be shaken, because the molecules in the water or in the gel, they are completely alive. So by shaking it, you're activating it, and that's why it needs to apply also 3 times in 5 minutes, because it's like it's absorbed as quickly as possible in the body. The same like it's with the redox molecule, the liquid.
Okay. You'll have to tell me those instructions once I
Yes.
actually get it. I ordered it. It may have arrived right now at my co-working
Because I'm
place.
sure that it's arrived. Like just check.
I will check. I think it should have arrived by now. So yeah, the company does deliver to Mexico, Canada, and a number of different countries in the world.
Or other, yeah.
How many countries in the world right now?
34 at this moment.
Countries across the world. It is it a US based company?
Yes, it's a company that's in Utah. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Luciana, I don't want to make this much longer. I really just wanted to tell people that there is a possible solution out there, one that you have seen results with in your practice. We have many testimonials. And what's interesting and that you shared with me was that we even have testimonials and results that have been observed on pets. So people may say, well, maybe this is just in your head, this stuff doesn't work. But when we see major improvement in the health of a pet, and you shared, even pictures of your pet, something that happened to your cat, and then
yes,
you applied the gel, and I don't know if you're also giving her the water.
Yes, I was giving her the redox molecules because it's not water anymore.
I know.
The redox molecules, and I also applied the gel. Yeah, and it's even the vet, like it's was absolutely amazed with the result, and they asked me for the details. Yeah,
that's amazing. So it's something that I think it's worth taking a look at. I myself am looking forward to trying the gel, and I do plan on trying some of the liquid as well. So thank you, Luciana, for coming on and sharing about this with my audience. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to get a hold of Luciana, I'm going to tag her on Facebook if you're watching this on Facebook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll also put a link to her website. I found out that the link in the description, my son says, that's right. My son watches a lot of YouTube. So but the email address that's on your website, Luciana, you just told me that one doesn't work anymore. So we'll put a link.
Yeah, no, it's a problem. I have to find out
That's
why.
okay.
I just find out yesterday, so it's something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Really recent. Yeah.
I'll put it in the comment to the video and also in the description. Okay.
But they can contact you. They can contact you, or we can create always a 3-way call if anyone would like to know more details about it. We can talk on Messenger on Facebook, or we can create a Zoom call. Definitely,
we're both easy to find and to reach. So I'm sure you'll be able to find us if you have any questions, and especially if you have any family member that is currently dealing with any health situation. Okay, but even if you're a healthy person looking to take your health to the next level, I do believe this is something that could make a difference. And Luciana's experience and that of her clients has also shown that. So anyway, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, and thank you so much, Luciana, for coming and sharing about this with my.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And I'm glad
to share. Thank you. My pleasure. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone, and a great weekend ahead. And I'll see you soon. Blessings.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.